Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing Dice Chess, where rolling 3 die determines what pieces you're allowed to move. My goal is to win 5 games. Let's get started with game number 1. Okay, game number 1, we get the white pieces. We roll knight and pawn. We're gonna go knight and, I have to move my king after, so king to e2 isn't the best thing in the world, but opponent gets no moves. So it's totally fine. We get pawn, rook, and king. The king will just move back. We'll move the pawn up and develop the rook. Now we have these ideas on the board. It's all about probabilities, so we just need to get our pieces as active as, reasonably possible, and we should have amazing winning chances in this game. Okay, rook to b8. We get a king move and a double pawn move. Let's just go straight ahead with the pawn, shuffle the king over. We're looking really good here. Opponent gets knight and rook. It's not enough to defend every threat, but it's enough to block the rook at least, threaten the queen as well. We get a double knight move. Is that enough to win? No, but we get a queen move as well. Let's just go all in on this attack. Surely the opponent can't stop everything. I mean, they can take back right now with the king. I mean, it's their only move. They get a double rook move as well. We just need a pawn move and we can pick this up. We do get a pawn move to win game number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. All right, game number 2, we get the black pieces this time. Knight move for the opponent. We get knight to f3, sure. We roll pawn and double queen. We have the chance to do something absolutely insane here. I have no idea if it's justified, and it probably isn't. It's not my best move ever, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. Opponent rolls, okay, double pawn and knight, doesn't lose the queen. Surely develops if the opponent pleases, but it doesn't lose the queen. If we roll queen again, we can win this. Okay, there's the first pawn, the second pawn. We get knight and pawn and bishop. Hold on, there's a couple of different things happening here. Okay, let's go develop this knight with the idea of connecting to the queen. E6 to develop the bishop and put the king in check. This is good. I think this is promising. Opponent rolls king, queen, and knight. Okay, a lot of different ways they can defend this. The king almost certainly will capture the queen, so bye-bye queen. But we knew that was a bad investment. We're just trying to draw the king out here. We get knight c3, which blocks off the bishop. And we get a queen move for the opponent as well, queen to a4. We get a bishop move, a rook move, and a king move. So we could actually castle here if we want to. So let's do that. Let's take on c3 and castle just because we can. All right, opponent rolls king and double rook. I'm probably going to play like king g1 and then waste the rook moves. Yeah, it's the only choice now. There is this on the board. Double bishop still wins. We get a bishop move, a knight move, and a pawn move. Okay, certainly we should take on d4, threatening the king. With the knight, let's go knight to g4. Maybe with the idea of picking up the knight and somehow eventually we do that. And the pawn move, we should probably use to develop one of our pieces. So, actually no, let's use it to threaten the queen. Pawn to b5, how about that? Multiple different threats on the board, and all of them are covered. Okay, king, knight, and queen. So almost certainly the queen goes to safety. The knight picks up the knight on g4. And the only hope we have left is the bishop staring at the king. We need to roll bishop like ASAP. King move for the opponent. King f2 is forced. We roll knight, king, and pawn. That is not what we needed. Okay, the king move, no choice but to waste it. The knight move, a6 I guess is fine. And the pawn move, let's just threaten the knight on f5. Okay, bishop, queen, and rook for the opponent, drops d4. Bishop move, h6 here would be quite bold. And then like rook d1 or something like that makes sense. Sure, bishop g5 kind of achieves the same end. This could be a little interesting combination if the opponent doesn't get out of there. Oh, we do get a rook move, but it doesn't do anything right now. Let's move the bishop out of the way, bring another rook into the battle. I'd love to get pawn and rook. That would win immediately. And I don't think it's a huge ask. Oh, the knight moves out of the way almost certainly. It's a double knight move as well. So we'll probably lose this material or maybe put us in check. Okay, there's the pawn move now threatening the knight, capturing a pawn. Knight to f6 loses us the rook. We get a double rook move and a knight move. Let's move the rook onto e8 and then back onto f8. For the knight move, I guess knight c7 is probably fine. Everything here is not great already. The opponent rolls double pawn, so almost certainly going to look for promotion, and a rook move as well. So like rook c1 here would make a lot of sense. Okay, rook c1, we roll. We get triple knight. Does that do anything? It can win us the queen. Can it win us the game? Oh, what a shame. It can't win us the game, but it does pick up the queen with the last knight move. Let's go knight to c6, kind of cover b8, although the rook partially does that, but the more the merrier, especially in something like dice chess where you're just playing probabilities. We get bishop, king for the opponent. Knight isn't on the board anymore. Ooh, king to g3, double pawn immediately loses. Bishop move as well, okay, which blocks that idea. We get a pawn move. Let's just go super aggressive. E5 is possible, g5 is possible. I like e5 better because with g5 you kind of allow a double bishop move immediately wins. We also have a knight move on the board. Let's go knight d4, centralize the knight. Why not? Double knight move could win us the game. We get a rook move for the opponent. Rook c8 here would make a lot of sense. Nice, let's roll. Oh, and we do get a double knight move to win game number 2. Very nice. All right, moving on to game number 3. All right, game number 3, we get the black pieces. Opponent gets a pawn move. Okay, and e4 is probably the most concrete. Oh, with bishop to f7 right away. This is super aggressive. We do get a king move, so we can take back, but it's a little bit of a sketchy position. Let's play knight c6. There's always this idea of centralizing, and then we have to kind of waste the rook move. Opponent gets a king move and a pawn move. Okay, king to f1 makes sense. Pawn to d4 takes the center. Bishop g5 is just very aggressive. Okay, king move again. Oh, and I can't even move back. Oh, goodness. Because I have to make a queen move, right? Even if I try, it won't let me because I have to make a queen move. So queen to e8 is forced. King to g6. Very, very scary position for the king here. The opponent gets knight, king, and queen. It's all a game of probabilities, and truth is, it's very probable that our opponent at some point will get a sequence of moves that allows a king capture. We roll knight, queen, and rook, so we have really no choice but to kind of just go for it. As far as the queen goes, I guess queen f7, shuffle the rook over. We don't have a lot of piece activity, so everything here pretty much loses. All right, that loses us game number 3. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 4. We have 2 victories under our belt. All right, game number 4, we get the white pieces, and we roll nothing. Holy smokes, might as well have gotten the black pieces at that point. Opponent rolls pawn and queen, almost certainly going for that scholar's mate. King to d8 is interesting as well. We get 1 pawn move. All right, game number 4, we get the white pieces. We roll a single pawn and a rook move. Oh, nice. Let's play h4, rook h3. Oh, double rook move. Ooh. Rook to... where do I want to do this? Rook to f3, I guess, with the idea of supporting f7. 1 pawn move for the opponent, and then a queen and a rook. So they elect to develop the rook as well, which makes sense. We get a rook move, a pawn move, and a knight move. How interesting. Okay, knight to c3, pawn to e4, because I want to develop this bishop looking at f7, although I see that this could have been a discovered attack. The king is just so much more valuable, and then we also get another rook move. I like where the rook is placed. I could go for rook takes f7 and see if I can expose the king, though. Let's just go for it. Rook takes f7. Risk it for the biscuit. All right, opponent gets a single rook move, so it does nothing about this. Rook to e6 is as fair as any other move. We get another rook move, a pawn move, and a knight move as well. Oh, they're just asking me to take on f8 at this point. They might as well just ask me point blank to do it. All right, let's go for it. Take, knight to d5, super aggressive. And then for our pawn move, let's play d4. Just control the center. Opponent gets knight and double pawn, which still does nothing about the problem at hand. Okay, I guess it takes the knight, but this is still looking at the king. And we do roll a rook move. Nice, to win game number 4. We now have 3 victories under our belt. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 5. All right, game number 5, we get the black pieces this time, but opponent rolls nothing, and we roll double pawn. Oh, this is the same opponent as well. We're getting very lucky against them. I should probably move one of these pawns so I can develop a rook. So let's go e5, h5, rook h6. I feel like that combination is half decent. Oh, opponent rolls nothing again. Oh, this is tragic. We get a knight move and a bishop move. Let's develop the knight to c6, bishop to c5. We just have amazing piece activity. We'll just shuffle the king over, keep him safe. Opponent moves a pawn, a king, and a bishop. So one of these pawns has to move. It's the d pawn. The bishop takes on h6, and the king comes out to play. That's like what we like to see. We get a bishop move, a rook move, and a knight move. So we could just put the king in check. Yeah, let's do that. Check. We could take back here, or we could take on d4. I mean, this is interesting because double knight wins the king, but this is probably just a lot more concrete, so this threat isn't on the board anymore. Again, we're just playing probabilities here. We'll play rook to b8. Opponent gets queen, which is now trapped back here, and then a knight move, so knight to c3. Okay, fair enough. I still like this. I still think we're totally winning. Oh, double bishop. Nice. That wins us game number 5, which is our 4th victory. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 6. All right, game number 6, we get the black pieces. Our opponent's name is Let's Go Gambling, which is basically the whole point. We'll see what they roll. 1 single pawn and a king move as well. But they elect to go with the rook move. Very, very smart. We roll absolutely nothing. Okay. An opponent rolls another pawn move and another rook move. So they have the option to bring the other one out. Oh, and then they have to make a king move. So actually they didn't have the option to bring the other one out. Interesting. King comes out to play. We get a pawn move and a knight move. Let's go knight c6 just because of this idea. And then a pawn move and a rook move. Okay, let's go h5 and match fire with fire. Rook comes out, rook comes out. King move again, so the king will probably move back. And then developing queen move, so queen to f3, queen e2, those all make perfect sense. Bishop c4, yeah, queen f3 makes perfect sense now, looking for f7. Oh, but we do get a double knight move. Okay, so easy peasy, knight d4, take the queen. Pretty self-explanatory. As far as the rook goes, let's play rook to g6, looking to take on g3. Okay, opponent rolls king, pawn, and knight, so almost certainly a recapture of some kind. Wow, I drew that arrow as they played the knight. That was pretty spot on. They get a pawn move as well. d4 is as good as anything else. We get a knight move. Knight to f6, just developing. I mean, double bishop here still loses, which is a little bit intimidating. The opponent rolls one bishop move. I mean, it would still make sense to play because only the king can take back. If I don't roll king before they roll bishop, then we're toast. Ooh, there goes knight to e5, supporting the capture. King goes to e2. The very natural bishop takes f7 surely will follow. Oh my goodness, bishop d2. Wow, did they just not see the idea? We roll a single knight move, which isn't really that helpful. Let's play, I guess we could play knight d5 and block it, or we could play knight to e4. Let's play knight d5. I mean, even though it loses a knight, this loses the game, so let's try to hold on for as long as we can. Opponent rolls double knight, which could lose the queen right away, could lose the rook, whatever they please, could lose both of them, why not? Knight takes f7, oh, and they knock out f7 on the way. That execution was absolutely gorgeous. We get a single king move to our name. I guess we'll take back the knight. Opponent gets double rook. They could use it to capture the knight. They could use it to get on the back rank. There's a couple of interesting ideas here. I'd probably use it to get on the back rank. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that maneuver. That was absolutely spot on. Oh, but we get a double king move, which wins us the rook back. We might actually be in the game here. They get a knight move and a king move. They choose to go knight to a3, looking to come in through the side, and then rook to e1. King will certainly shuffle over, and then we just need to get more pieces into the game. Nice. We roll a knight move and a pawn move. So I'm assuming that I want to keep pieces on the board, so let's play knight b6. And for our pawn move, let's play d5, threaten the bishop. We want to get our pieces out as soon as possible. Triple knight. Boom, bam, bop, there goes the rook. Well, now I don't have to worry about developing him anymore. We get a king move, a pawn move, and a knight move. Okay, pawn, knight. I guess the king could be an offensive piece, but I'd rather keep him safe on g8. Okay, double king for the opponent almost certainly just lands on g1 again. Maybe king to e2 if they think this is an endgame. Oh, wow. King g3. They're going to play this like an endgame. Okay, we get one bishop move. I think this is the furthest, like most advanced position I've ever gotten move-wise in a dice chess game. Let's just play bishop d7. I think we should play it safe. If we advance the pieces too much and they get like double pawn, that's immediately losing. Okay, double king for the opponent. Let's see how aggressive they're really willing to get here. Okay, rook to e2. Oh my goodness, they just go for the pawn. Double bishop here would win. Double pawn would win. I guess triple king would also win. We get one bishop move. Check. We get a knight move. Let's develop the knight. And we get a king move. I don't want to move here because double king loses. So let's just go king to f8. We're playing it safe. We have nothing to... There's no need to risk anything. Double pawn move doesn't save anything here. Maybe g5 if they feel... Wow, that's exactly what they played. And we get... Oh, double pawn! g6... takes on h5, and with that, we win game number 6, which is our 5th victory. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below what your guys' strategy is for dice chess, and I will see you guys in the next one.